What's going on Facebook? Hey, brother.
Hi Tony, what's happening?
Oh,
Good to see you.
yeah, you too. You too. Just enjoying the day off and thought we'd get on here and do this discussion we've been talking about for probably a couple months now about sleep wellness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it took some time until we just, found a time and a place and, so it's happening. It's great. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Looking forward to sharing this information with our audience as well as learning from you and maybe you learning from me along the
Yeah,
way
vice
also.
versa. Sure. Absolutely. No, I'm absolutely thrilled to collaborate and to work together and just bring the best to the people. That was always my dream to do. So let's do this. It's great.
Yeah, without further ado, we'll get going. People already know, you already know, everybody watching this already knows who I am. You already know my story,
Yeah.
my background, my experiences, but y'all don't know my brand partner, Fabian. So I'm gonna let you
Yeah. Thank you so much.
talk about your credentials a little bit maybe, and then we can jump right in.
Yeah, I think so my name is Fabian. I'm a Swiss living in Sweden. And I have, like many of us, a personal story of health, or the opposite of it, actually, of not being well in my, like, let's say, like mid 30s. I had a fair share of health issues, which I figured out the way out myself because my doctor thought like just a couple of magnesium powders would do it. I knew it wasn't a solution because he didn't ask questions. And this is what I love about a holistic approach. We ask everyone, like the right questions and all around it. So we have a better picture. And that was completely missing. And I found my way to a plant diet, which helped me to get back to full health again. And now with over 50, I feel almost half my age, let's say like in my 30s maybe. And I couldn't be more happy about that. Um, at some point, my wife and I, we wanted to know, hey, how much do you really know? Just to put a lid on our, knowledge around nutrition. So that's when I did the plant-based nutrition certification at eCornell. That's from the T. Colin Campbell Center. Like if you know the China study, for example, gave me a good idea around what we know already, and also because it's just one part of it, the whole detoxification part. So I'm also certified as a detox specialist by the International School of Regenerative Detoxification. And that gives me the better picture on what is important for my own health and my own history or my own story somewhat is for me my first case, and I applied that 100 times or 1,000 times with people out there, helping them to get back to their life, because it's always like a personal journey. We're just assisting them, helping them in the best ways possible to reach their best health level, and yeah, that's what I'm still doing today. um, yeah.
Yeah,
What else?
that's an awesome story, bro. Yeah, I know you struggled a lot with your health and wellness too. So me too.
Yeah.
I was my first case as well, dealing with my own chronic illness, and still am actually working on Lyme disease right now and Epstein-Barr. So yeah, it's just a daily journey, brother. One baby step at a time. So it's kind of my experience with it. You just have to take it slow, take baby steps. I mean, sometimes you can do an overnight change. Don't get me wrong. I have with some things, but the majority of
Yeah,
things you can baby steps just to
yeah.
kind of.
It's
It's not
definitely
easy.
it's like daily choices that sum up to either you just go against your health or you go with your health and for a better outcome. And that's literally also like my main message, that with every meal or every like exposure, because it's not only like what we eat, but also like our lifestyle, um, how we take care of ourselves. Is it outside of our what do you say, like circle of action, then it's difficult. But everything that it's inside of that circle of action, we should really consider and look into it and consider to just try it and see how it does in our own body. What is our body doing with it?
Right. Yeah, every choice is important, and sometimes, I mean, sometimes I choose to eat. I've had days. Sometimes I choose to eat a cheap meal. I mean, I do. It's just, but it's a conscious choice. Like used to in the past, it
Yeah.
would be unconscious. I would just reach for something crappy and just make me feel better temporarily. Then I crash and feel bad later on. So
Yeah,
at least,
I wouldn't say that I have cheat meals, but like bound in like a community or like my family, we have certain things that we're eating. If I would be like myself alone, I wouldn't probably go for it or say like, oh, I eat something else that's probably healthier for me. But like you have birthdays, you have other celebrations and
yeah,
stuff. I just extend it a little bit what I would, and then afterwards like, yeah, I knew, but you can correct it if as long as you the main staple of it that is like positive, it really like it doesn't really matter so much. But yeah, everybody does his own, like like we all just do as yeah what we feel what it is. But I can definitely say that um, the shift in diet was something for me, because we're doing this more than 3 times a day. Is really can really be powerful. That it can turn around everything, literally everything in your life. For me, it was like the Trojan horse in a way. I knew like I was somewhat addicted to food, like I was very much a comfort eater, and the vibration of the food was very low that I had. So I actually looked for food that was like a high vibration, and with that, I did not have to change my habits in the beginning, because like if you just feed your body with a high quality, high nutrient dense, high vibration food source, then things start to happen in you. Like you maybe like your habits start to change, your taste buds start to shift and everything. And without actually wanting it, or maybe you're not able at that point, or I wasn't, things are shifting, and it's like it's giving that domino effect where suddenly your body has more energy, and you're like, oh, now my body wants me to move. I want to go to the gym and things like that, which was not possible before. I was slowly becoming, I was in that downward spiral, like slowly becoming a couch potato, having brain fog, didn't know what's going on. And afterwards, just afterwards, it was so very clear to me what happened to me. But when you're in there, impossible to help yourself in that sense. I was lucky that I just made that decision, trying a different level of food source that was so much higher in frequency, that it actually, yeah, the change came from inside out.
yeah, right. That's how it works. Yeah. And how long have you been plant based? 100%
Uh,
plant based.
I'm 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 vegan for something over 10 years now.
Yeah, okay. I'm not
So
100%. 90% of the time I am. Uh,
yeah,
so we are where we are. So it's
exactly.
I completely gave up all animal products for about 6 months
Yeah.
and felt like I was 10 years old. It's definitely worth it to keep pushing toward more plants. more fruits and vegetables if nothing else. I mean, there was a study done by Bill and Melinda Gates. I can't remember the foundation, but said the number one cause of death is not eating enough fruit.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at what is actually the recommended amounts of how much fruits and veggies or greens we should have, and also with it, like the fiber amounts, it's just it's unbelievable how people are not getting it. Like I think men should be around like over 20 grams a day, but they hardly get 15 grams, and this is just something that it makes a difference. Like consistency on a daily is really what changes your trajectory in life. Like, is it longevity? Is it your level of weight that you want to hold, or you want to go down with, or what's your ideal weight? Has to do with your daily choices, and that's just a fact. It's like simple in that sense, but we know it's not only that, because most of the people know this, and like meeting everyone where they're at with their struggles, with what doesn't work for them, or they think like something is complicated, we're able to make things easier, and really just start changing the what is it, like the channels. Like I just imagine sometimes it's like this. If you're in a music studio, you just open up the channels there, or remove some. So like you're just changing the whole situation a bit, and the music sounds completely different. And that's what we're trying to do, just to have a different rhythm, have a different outcome.
Right.
And yeah, today we're talking about sleep, like how important sleep is, right? And I would say it affects every single aspect of our lives. It also is very important for if you want to lose weight, because if you're stressed out, if you're not sleeping properly, the whole weight loss is becoming a real struggle too.
Mm. Yep. It affects the hormones as well, and like your
Exactly.
sleep. I mean, it's the circadian rhythm,
Yeah.
like cortisol. I'll get into it a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, but cortisol
Exactly.
cortisol starts up high in the morning, it wakes us up, and by the end of the night it should be low. But people that are stressed out a lot, their cortisol levels stay really high,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
even late at night, or they get a jack of it real high up at night for to go to sleep, and they can't get to sleep because they're stressed out and too much stress on the body. And
Yeah, or they're just consuming stimulants, after a certain time in the day, you shouldn't consume any stimulants anymore. Otherwise, you're just gonna, you're not gonna sleep. These kind of things. Or also, like, if we're talking hormones, right? What is actually affecting our hormones? It's like in our lifestyle, we have so many things that we don't think about, like our deodorant, maybe what we put in our face or our skin, or things like that. That just goes in your body like pretty quickly into your bloodstream, and it's a part of the whole mixture. And if this is something, or like what you're consuming, like for example, bovine growth fluid, aka milk, for example. Well, you're a human being, a baby calf. So why you want to have these hormones with it? It makes totally no sense. Of an animal that maybe has a lifespan of 25 years. If you want that lifespan, that's fine. But we tend to want to, our goal is to be way over 100 years, and alive, kicking, and really like energized, and playing with our son and daughters, and their children, and their children's children, things like that. You want to be still like in good shape, like brain span, health span, and lifespan. All these things should be like ideal in the same length, and that's what we're looking for. So really hormonal health, and again, like with plants, I don't think much can go wrong with that. It's pretty balancing. It's bringing you back to homeostasis with the fruits, with the berries, with some nuts and greens and all that stuff, which most of the people haven't even tried. They say, like, oh well, yeah, I had a salad once in a while, but if you look at it, like it's not what we're talking about. There is much, much more and much better, yeah, nutrient dense, phytonutrient dense foods around that most of the people have not even tried yet.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's why I got involved with the company that we actually work with,
Mm.
because you get is it 3 or 6 microgreen salads in one of the green shakes?
It's four,
4? Okay.
like four huge bowls of basically like sprouted microgreens, and who would
You can't
ever
eat that. You
sit
can't eat
down?
that much.
No, you
You can't.
cannot. That's exactly it,
Yeah.
and it's simple, really. That's prepared in no time. You can take it wherever you go. It's no excuse if you say in the morning, "Oh, I don't have time for breakfast" or things like that. This is the solution, really. Like it's yeah, you get all the stuff in that you before you were missing. You was like, oh, how should I ever make that happen? And then maybe once or twice, but not consistently every day. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Consistency is really key.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you got to get in order, and I don't eat that much salad. I mean, I have before, but it is extremely difficult. A pound a day. I'm not sure what you said, 15 to 20 grams. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
that is in actual pounds, but you really need to eat
it's
a
like
pound of leafy
yeah,
greens a day, which is
yeah,
insane
yeah,
amount to get
four or
what we
five
have.
hundred grams or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
to get what we have in our shakes that you mean that I drink on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and I know you drink on a daily multiple times a day to get the new because you can't the nutrition is just not there anymore. I mean
Mm.
our environment is toxic, the chemicals, the modern farming,
Yeah.
you just can't.
Yeah, it's a lot of aspects, right, that we were not able to control, but we're able to at least ask for it what we want, like to really have pure and premium produced by the farmers, and also like on what kind of soil it should be grown. That's the possibility we have. Um, what the rest, like, okay, we decide what we put in our mouth. That's the best of it, right? And also how we take care of ourselves otherwise, like sleep as well has to do, like, hey, uh, as we mentioned, like stress levels. Why I'm stressed? Maybe I'm in a job that is not good for me. Maybe I should shift that. I'm not saying you have to quit your job right away, but at least like be aware of it. What's stressing you out? Because stress alone is already it's so oxidative you can eat as much antioxidants as you want. If you're still putting out too much, like having such a stressful life,
Yeah,
that's one thing. Your environment shifted to the point where you say, hey, this is how I can grow here, where I'm good. And then when you go to sleep, simple things, like, when do I stop using my phone or my being in front of a screen, these kind of things. I mean,
yeah.
you mentioned like the the glasses that you could have, like the yellow, or like you have that even on your screens. You can have like night shift or something where the whole screen turns orange, or yeah.
Or
So
you can do. I have some clear ones, but yeah, blue blocking
yeah,
glasses is one
yeah,
option. When evidence shows really when you get over 40, your melatonin production starts going down. But this is a
yep.
very good thing. These are awesome. Like I noticed a difference. Like blue blocking, they block blue light. So
Mm.
you really want to put them on and try them about an hour before you go to sleep at night. Be off your. You don't have to be off your phones and TV if you wear these. But if you don't wear these, you want to be off your phones, be off your TV, cut the lights out about an hour before
Yeah,
you go to bed. Your body can.
uh, I'm sure it's great,
Yeah,
but it's also great just to actually arrange your schedule so you actually reduce your whole like interaction with all kind of things, because that's also something. It's not only like the blue light, it's also like if you're reading like things that brings you tension, or you just like if you look at watching the news or things like that, it just, it just produces that kind of anxiety or this kind of hormonal levels or like even adrenaline. I don't know how much in that sense, but it's unnecessary. So we mostly know that we just should maybe go to bed around 10 or even, I don't know, earlier for some people. And yeah, having the right sleeping patterns overnight is so important, I feel so. And yeah, one thing we have figured, my wife and I, is like that one ingredient juice that we have directly from nature is something that makes us sleep like a baby. And we have also, we dream more, it's like more lively dreams in that sense. And we just translate it to the point where you say like, okay, this means actually that we are more in the night, like our body is repairing, it's doing the maintaining, and especially if we have to come in that deep sleep rhythm, right? In that deep sleep area where the body is actually able to work on it, and too many people don't get there, and that's why their body is not able to do the maintaining. And
Yep.
we say like, okay, if we that was every time, we on purposely we said, okay, let's don't do it tonight, in terms of like not drink it and see how we sleep, and it was obvious for us. So
Well,
that we have more, we remember our dreams, and also we feel like our dreams help us to somewhat digest all the things that actually happened over the day or over the week. So it's really a positive thing. And yeah, we wake up like rested and ready for the day, and that was not always like that before. Like this is really something I can recommend. It's, as I said, just one ingredient directly from nature, so everybody can try that. And it has a curing natural melatonin in it, and is high in antioxidants, one of the highest antioxidant carrier on this planet, like directly from nature. So
right.
that's something I can recommend. And yeah, or any other habits, positive habits in a day that make sure you get good to sleep in terms of the right time. Maybe you make sure you have a walk, or you just do sports over the day, get some physical activity, because that could also help. Just you're a bit more tired, and it's easier to fall asleep. And also what you eat, not eating too late, things like that. So your body actually gets a break from having to digest food over the night. That's also something that that's probably not helping if we're just having yeah, it's like alcohol and other things do not help either, things like that. So
Caffeine, alcohol,
yeah.
no good, right? So,
Yeah, no, no good, really not. No, sorry, no good news about that. But we all know.
yep, that's a given right now. Also, if you work third shift, there's actually studies out, and I don't remember the actual source of the study, but I read a lot of the different. I focus on evidence-based stuff, and if you
Yeah.
actually work third shift, it actually decreases your lifespan by
Mm,
11% over
mm,
over the entire life.
mm.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of
I
things. Yep, right.
I I even heard the C word with it. Really, like it can give you cancer even. Like it's crazy how like if we're really so oxidating ourselves like with that kind of stress, it's just open for all kind of situations or yeah, health issues, and no, not good. So yeah, workplace was for me always like something I was, like not really happy about. It was really stressful for me. I'm a very sensitive person in general, so a lot of things got close to me in that sense. So I was always a bit like stressed out about things, and then the whole week rhythm, Monday meetings and everything. I had already like on Sunday I had like my thoughts, and it's like, oh shit, Mondays didn't feel good to me, like it's like getting up and saying, yeah, let's go, and that's why I shifted everything around. That's why I said, okay, I want to do something else that really fires me up, that makes me happy when I can help other people, and enjoying every single day. And now, like, Mondays feel like Friday, and that's just the most beautiful thing for me and for my whole body system as well. It's like we just cruising through the week. It's
Yeah.
like nothing can ever, like there is no cortisol level that just goes around and say, whoa, the tides and things. No, nothing at all. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. I want to take a minute just to say hello to some people on. So
Yeah,
Randy,
sure.
Ryan, Brandon, appreciate y'all being here. Marty, appreciate you being here. Angela, appreciate you. So Brandon, you're right. Plenty of REM sleep. That's what we need, right?
Yep.
You got to get that deep sleep.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well, welcome everyone to our first call like that. It's just really exciting. I love doing this already. Yeah.
appreciate y'all being here, learning more about wellness in general, but also more specifically on this one, we're talking about sleep wellness and how important it is. And yeah, there's actually, I was going to say another thing as well. We talked about earlier, but getting the proper amount of nutrition you need is really impossible in today's society unless you're, in my opinion, unless you're supplementing with like green powders. You got to get something, in your body that has, because you could one apple today, you would have to eat probably 30 apples to get what 50 years ago or in 1950s
Yeah.
what one apple today contains as far as because of all the modern agriculture.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're talking in general, like for 98% of the people, right? I mean, we know, I have some friends on Facebook here that just have their fruitarian paradise. They have like really like heirloom stuff and perfect soil and everything. But for like 98 or 99% of the people, this is just the reality. You get apples that are stored a year in a warehouse. They're getting gassed and all kind of stuff. We don't know anything about it. We look at it, we say, oh, it's red, it must be great for us. We don't know anything about that wrap they put around, like all that stuff. We don't know what kind of pesticides is on it and in it and everything. And we think like, oh, let's give it like a baking soda wash, and we fool ourselves to believe that then like the pesticides that's in it will go away, and which is slowly poisoning ourselves with the best intentions. And this is something, you say like you supplement with these greens, but for me it's really like that's my core nutrition that I have. So for me this is real food. Yes, I have all kind of fruits, berries, and veggies around that I build around, but without this, I'm not going one day, okay, this is my core nutrition that I'm having every single day, and I plan to stick to it for the rest of my life for many reasons, like for, as you said, like the source of it, like that it's tested on its purity, which I don't get from a grocery store. They just say, hey, this is an apple, looks good, buy it. Um, and also like in terms of longevity, which is important to me, that's what I'm specializing on, helping people getting younger. And yeah, this is why I have this food as my core nutrition in, and build everything around it, up to like, is it in season? Do we get it organic? Do I get it even cleaner than that? That's how I go about it. So
Yeah, me too, brother. I try to get the organic at all the times I buy organic. If I don't buy organic, I notice there's a bunch of wax on. You talked about the apple
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
wax wax on the apples. I don't notice that on the organic apples, but I notice
No.
it on conventional apples. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
The appeal thingy as well, right? That's just
yeah.
yeah, strange, really. Yeah.
And we have some solutions for y'all too, so y'all feel free to reach out to me. I mean, if you guys are interested in the melatonin product that we actually sell, we also have some really good greens that get you a ton of nutrition, which you can't really get unless you eat over a pound of salad a day. And I don't know anybody eat a pound of salad a day, so I can barely get that, and that's what you need to be able to get the proper
Yeah.
nutrition. When I said supplement, I call it all supplements. I mean, whether it's
Okay.
green, whether
Yeah.
it's, but I see what you're saying though. It
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, it's food, but I still
Yeah.
call it
It's whole food source
yeah,
even, so it's
foods,
yeah.
whole food supplement source.
Mhm.
So, but yeah. So hey Pedro, hey Derek, Crudy, how you doing? How you doing, girl? Appreciate you being here too.
Yeah. So what else do we have? Is there anything else you want to touch on? Like what is
Yeah,
like what we already explained? What could be parts of that in terms of sleep? Or would help us with better sleep?
yeah. I mean, getting sunlight when you get up in the morning, getting some kind of light.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be the sunlight, but getting some kind of light early in the morning helps with the circadian rhythms as well.
Mm.
Then being able, like you said, to minimize or get rid of technology. I pretty much get rid of technology an hour before I go to
Yeah.
sleep every night. Not eating somewhere between probably 2 and 4 hours before you go to
Mm.
bed is good as well.
Yeah.
Your body's actually getting all the rest that it needs. Brandon said bioengineered ingredients are in a lot of packages and processed
Yeah.
foods.
Oh yeah, processed foods. My
Mhm.
goodness. Yeah, just cancel that shit out as good as you can. Totally agree. No, that's oh my goodness. That's just a shitstorm for your body. This is like everything that you put in your body and your mass spectrometer here, like your thyroid and your tonsils and everything. What is here is here for a purpose. It analyzes what's coming in, okay, and then our body need to react on it. If it's too super acidic, we have to get some stuff from our own body out to actually balance it out, buffer it. And a lot of people don't see that. They just push down their energy drinks. They're all acidic and they're full of sugar and I don't know what, a lot of hormonal shit in it as well, like it just makes you jittery. And that's not energy. It's like most is just a stimulant, and stimulants just carve out the energy from your future. It's like being on a credit card that you never will be able to balance out because it's future energy that you're taking. And at some point, you just have to be honest about this and turn this around. And there are solutions for this, okay? I haven't had a brew for over 15 years, okay? I have enough energy because I aligned myself with nature, with like getting back to nature, saying, okay, why the stressing my body, like whipping my body just for a little bit more energy each day? It's just the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah,
So
it's not worth it. It's not worth it long term.
no, no, no.
I'm big on longevity too. I
Yeah,
want to live to
yeah,
120 myself, Bobby, and so we'll see how that goes. But
yeah. Let's do this.
yeah, it's people are yeah. A lot of people are unconscious. They're just on the hamster wheel. I mean, I work. I mean,
Yeah,
we all work for a living. I still have a job. I know you do the
yeah,
business full time, but I'm definitely moving in that direction
yeah,
as well. It's really some people are just unconscious to it though. Like I drank coffee for
yeah,
years, caffeine for years until I realized a lot of y'all know I'm involved with the Seventh Day Medical Missionaries. A lot of that's in the China study as well. I keep up with doctors and medical missionaries and about this stuff. And yeah, caffeine is definitely not good. There's research on both sides of all of it, caffeine, alcohol, but really they recently found that no alcohol is good. They actually used to say, oh, drink some red wine, it's good for your blood, but now they don't. Now the CDC in the world, it might be the
yeah,
World Health Organization, says that no amount of alcohol is safe, and really caffeine, same like you said, same thing,
yeah,
brother. It's yeah,
yeah.
definitely not good. I drink maybe a cup a year,
Mm.
but I mean
No,
that's
no,
next to nothing.
no.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah, it's about like people really need that for the daily dose. Otherwise, they cannot, they cannot be productive or they're not waking up or things like that. This is yeah, it's a dead end in that sense in terms of where you're getting your energy from.
Yeah.
And also, like it just bypasses everything, like your gut microbiome that is responsible for, like mitochondria for all your energy, and the vagus nerve to your brain, and with your gut, like for your good mood and everything, like all that is just, yeah, it's just an attack on your body that you're doing, instead of actually saying, okay, what would our cells actually want to order if they could, Have we ever looked at nutrition that way and saying, hey, why don't we just ask our body, what do you want? What is our cell, one cell? Because we're just a bunch of trillion cells that just form our body in all kind of different ways, but it's a cellular situation. And
Right.
if we're asking that question, we know actually what we should consume. And it can be fun. It can be fun. It's not like, oh yeah, you don't want to drink, or not like that kind of guy. I was living the other life pretty excessively as well. It didn't do me good. Yeah, okay, it's maybe an extreme way, but it's just, as you said, there is no amount of alcohol that is safe, and we just have to know it. What you do with it, with that information, it's up on you. But and I said it, we meet everyone where they are. Nobody has to be like perfect, because then we don't need to have that discussion or that conversation, because there's nothing we can help you with, right?
No,
But yeah,
don't need to be here, right?
no,
Your health is
exactly.
good,
Yeah.
right? But Brandon said, I don't know if you read the comments or not, but Brandon said most people don't really read what's in that garbage, and a couple ingredients is probably stay away from it. You're right, brother. Hey, if you can't pronounce the ingredient, if I can't pronounce the ingredients in something, I'm going to stay away from that product.
Yeah,
And Florida,
I think
say,
what's really safe is when it's a whole food ingredient that it's just really directly, if it's fractured, if it's taken apart and things like that, and enhanced, and I don't know what, that's just our body. It has trouble understanding it. So why doing it,
I'm
right? Yeah.
glad you mentioned that, Fabian, because yesterday I took a class at my church. It was on essential oils and actually combining
Mm.
essential oils with energy medicine, and the instructor actually said that what happened with the pharmaceutical industry is, she said that they isolated certain
Mm.
nutrients in certain
Mm.
foods, apples and berries, and what they did is they isolated that, and then they made it in a lab, and people wonder what side effects are. That's side effects. When you actually isolate something and you put it in a pill,
Mm.
it didn't get the full effect of the actual food.
Yeah.
You got to get the full thing. You can't just isolate certain, and that's basically the reason for side effects to all these
Yeah.
drugs. And they
Yeah.
work. Don't get me wrong. They do work. Okay, most of them are Band-Aids. They do work. No, we're not telling you to come off your prescription medications right now, but you can move in that direction, and you can eventually get off. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm going to say you can get off the majority of your medications.
Yeah.
If you do it the right way, and we can discuss all that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think like what the story is that probably these companies could not patent it otherwise. You cannot patent an apple, or you cannot patent another thing existing like that in nature, and
yeah,
you have to some sort take it apart or do something unique to it, so you're able to patent it, and for that to be able to sell it, like in 1,000,000,000 times.
Brandon.
That's the whole story, right?
Right, and I'm gonna say, I think it's a good time. We'll go ahead and do my disclaimer for the call. So none of this information.
Yeah, yeah,
This is liability covered. I do have insurance, so I'm liability insured, so I got to cover my butt. So none of this information is meant to treat, cure, or prevent any illness or disease. Only your body can heal itself. And when you give it, when you give your body the right environment to heal. Brandon said, stay away from fluoride toothpaste. Yeah, I agree, but there is fluoride. Believe it or not, there is fluoride in nature. People don't realize there is fluoride, but it is a natural form of fluoride that's in fruits and vegetables. I did lot of research on that. So, but yeah, there is a lot safer options. You definitely don't want that kind of toothpaste for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with, as I said, like some lifestyle stuff that we don't think about is like, what kind of detergent do we use? Is it toxic? What kind of do we use perfumes? It's also it's like also like an inhibitor of like it's
Deodorant,
what kind of yeah,
deodorant,
exactly, what kind of deodorant, what put do you put on your skin? Would you eat it? If you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your skin, because that's what's happening. Your skin is literally absorbing
right?
it. And yeah, hormone disruptors, and even like as I said, in aftershave or cologne or whatever, you know, that shit is out of my house since years now, because I know this is really toxic
Me,
stuff. And
me too, brother. I got rid of
it's
that crap.
yeah,
Yeah, me as well. Got rid of all the. I don't wear cologne anymore. Don't wear. You know, I
yeah.
quit that years ago. So, but hey, if you got, I think now's the time. We've been on probably 40 minutes, so I know you're kind of limited on available time. I'm okay, but I think we said 30 to 40 minutes. I'm keeping a track of my clock up here. So I guess now's the time. If anybody has any Q&A, any questions, comments, always suggestions as well about how to make this better for y'all.
Yeah,
And
or if you rewatching this, please write replay and ask your question there, and we're coming back to that thread and just
yeah.
answer a couple of more. So that would be great as well.
And I'm gonna, if you're okay with it, Bobby, I'm gonna upload it on my YouTube channel. I can send
Yeah,
it to you as well
sure,
if you want to throw
sure.
it out. Maybe it'll be
I,
good.
I haven't I haven't said any sketchy stuff, so I'm good. You know,
Yeah,
nobody will.
we gotta cover. Yeah, definitely. We're not medical doctors, y'all, so we have to cover our
No,
butts. But
no,
at
no,
the same
no, sure
time,
not. Yeah,
I know we can help you. So if y'all are, you may have any interest in improving your lifestyle, definitely reach out. Uh, reach out to me. Fabian's my brand partner. If this is on his YouTube channel, reach out to him. Uh, yeah. So look forward to maybe doing another one in the future. I think another one, the top number one right now for people is weight loss, and we covered maybe a
yeah.
little bit of all. Maybe we can do another one in a couple, I don't know, a couple weeks, couple months. Get back
Definitely,
together.
definitely.
Another
I
one.
think that's a huge one. And I have people just really saying like, hey, I tried this for 20, 30 years now. Haven't had, I tried so many things. I haven't had success, or maybe like, you know, like up and downs all the time. So I got disencouraged, and just, you know, not helping with like assisting them just to go through their days, through their weeks, until it's like a habit that just really yeah, ushers in the shift, the change in their lifestyle, until it's second nature. That's what people need, and then it's getting easier and easier and easier, and at the end it's no deal at all, and they're just, you know, getting back to their dream weight, you know.
Yeah, and it's not always a straight line either.
No, no, definitely not.
Sometimes it's kind of sometimes two steps forward, one step back. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's definitely,
yeah,
so yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think we had a great call, and I don't see. Let's see here. I don't think there's any. I don't see anything on here. So I think we're good. Maybe somebody, if y'all have any questions later on after this, or you're
yeah,
watching it,
sure.
comment suggestions. We're definitely open to them. So y'all leave them in the comments.
Yeah, or just as we said, directly come at us. You know, send us a message, or yeah, just hit
We
us
can't.
up.
Also, we can't legally. It's part of my disclaimer. We can't legally tell you what to do, but we can definitely
No,
tell you what's worked for other people. What's worked for other people is something you might consider looking
yeah,
into. So,
totally. No, I can only share what worked for me, and I think that's powerful enough. I think that's, yeah,
me too,
that's
brother.
how I roll.
Yeah,
So
me too.
good work for you
God
too.
bless
So
everybody.
yeah.
God bless. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend, Bobby, and good talking with
Yeah,
you. We'll
it
definitely
was wonderful. Thank you. We should do that more often, right? Okay.
talk to y'all soon. Okay, take care. God bless y'all.
Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you, Tony.